Hello Libra, welcome to my channel. Victoria here at Radiant Moon Tarot. This is your August 2022 general reading. If you're new to my channel, hello and welcome to you. If you're returning, welcome back. As always, I'm truly grateful for each and every one of you. Keep in mind that this is a collective reading, so it is a general reading. Not every message that comes out will apply to everybody. Take the parts that resonate with you, leave the rest behind, and keep in mind we're looking at the month ahead as well, so something may click into place for you a little while later down the road. But you may also want to check out your moon rising and Venus sign readings for some more information. I will also be putting out money, career, and love readings as well, but this one for today is just keeping it a little bit general. All right, so we do, by the way, the beginning of August, okay, the first week or so, we do have a couple of planetary clashes that you do need to be aware of. We do have a clash between Mars and Uranus. Mars, of course, is that, go-getter, fighter kind of energy. And Uranus is the planet that does bring about a little bit of chaos. It can bring radical changes, okay, and quick turnarounds as well, okay. So with those two clashing up there, you may find that people around you are a little bit indecisive. You might be a little indecisive. You might find yourself making kind of rash decisions, and you might need to, you might be changing your mind a little bit. So just make sure to keep your energy grounded and focused, okay, just think twice before acting or before doing anything a little bit too hurried and rashed there. All right. But we do also have, of course, not just a Uranus influence. We also have Mars clashing with Saturn right after that. So Saturn, of course, is the planet that always likes to teach us a little bit of something. Okay. So there may be something that you have been encountering that you've needed to learn, okay, something that you've needed to overcome, something that you've needed to experience in your life, okay. You may also have something else that comes up in the beginning of August as well, something that's a little bit challenging but is part of your building blocks of life. All right, so let's see. Ooh, look, the bottom of this particular deck, we've got the Ace of Pentacles coming in there, okay? So manifest away there, people. If you're looking to start something new or make improvements, especially in your material world, the Ace of Pentacles does bring about that energy, okay? It brings about a little bit of luck to your situation as well. Very closely associated with manifestation is the Aces, especially that Ace of Pentacles. New ways to make money, improvements in your finances, okay? Improvements in your physical world as well. All right, but let's get right into your cards and see what we've got. We've got a little bit of conflict. I'm coming in here for you already. Boom, baby. Okay, what is life without a little bit of conflict, right? Okay, so, but here this is, maybe a little bit of hostility or jealousy, okay, maybe some conflict within, okay, it can be within you, right? Again, we do have it, especially at the beginning of August there, we do have, okay, a little bit of topsy-turvy energy, okay, so you might be a little bit conflicted about something, or you may be very indecisive. You might just be swirly-twirly and trying to figure something out. This particular energy can also bring about a little bit of jealousy and stubbornness. So this can be, again, within you, but maybe also someone around you, especially if you have some things blossoming in your world. Maybe there is those envious people coming out of the woodwork a little bit, okay? But this can also just bring about some competition as well. So some competition is never necessarily too bad, okay, but you might have something within a family unit, or if you're butting heads with a spouse or a coworker, that can sometimes go a little bit sideways there as well, okay. Might be some a little bit of controversy and a little bit of fear that comes up there as well. All the bright and shiny energies there for you, but we've got pushing upward coming in here for you. Just like a mushroom, there's something blossoming and growing in your world. Something that you've planted the seeds, you planted the roots, you planted the intentions, okay, and you are starting to see things blossom. The pushing upward energy, I mean, if you've ever really taken a deep dive into mushrooms, okay, they have you can't see what's going on underneath the surface, right? You can see the mushrooms start to pop up, but everything is all kind of connected like a little web underneath the soil, okay? So and there's a lot of things going on underneath there, and you don't see things that have happened until something actually comes to the surface. But know that there is quite the little web of intention that has been working behind the scenes. So the pushing upward energy is an energy of making progress, gaining a little bit more confidence in what you're doing in yourself. Okay, this is also about facing challenges, but accepting that you need to power through something. Okay, so just because you're met with a challenge doesn't mean that you want to shy away from it. Okay, sometimes we just need to accept things as they are. That way they can deal with them a little bit better, right? So maybe some conflict or some jealousy or some underlying fears. Okay, so but this is your ability to push onwards and upwards. Okay, so this can also represent onwards and upwards, receiving a promotion. Okay, getting an increase of some kind, but maybe you get recognized for all of the hard work and effort that you've put into things as well. And this can be recognition in a relationship, recognition in your workplace. Okay, maybe you just recognize how far you've come and what you've accomplished. All right, and how many obstacles you've overcome as well. Remember, we've got those life lessons that may be coming in there as well, right? So even if something is a bit of a challenge for you, okay, I think you're really kind of maybe going to get in yourself into that energy where, you are a little bit reflective and you're looking and going, okay, now I know why I needed to do that. Okay. And wow, I did a really good job. Okay. So maybe you're recognizing something within you. Okay. And you might be giving yourself a little bit of a reward, but hopefully it comes from external there as well. Okay. Maybe a little bit of increase or, someone shows you some gratitude or at least says thank you for something. All right. We also do have the waiting energy that's coming in here as well. Okay, so you might need to, really push forward with something. Okay, be a little bit, more determined. Okay, to make something happen. The waiting energy that comes in here does represent persevering through times of adversity, moving forward. Okay, this can also sometimes represent needing to show a little bit of restraint in some area of your world as well. Okay, take a little bit of a step back. Now, if you are faced with conflict or adversity or some hostile people or anything like that, sometimes the best thing that you can do is rather than engage or butt heads, sometimes the best thing you can do is take a little bit of a step back, show a little bit of restraint, just leave it alone. Okay, this can also bring in the energy of divine timing. Okay, that you might be waiting for something and you may have an inkling that there's something going on, or that you are on your way to accomplishing your goals. Okay, but it's all about a matter of timing, especially if you're looking to start something new. Okay, or make some improvements. We do have the Ace of Pentacles, but she be there at the bottom of your deck. Okay, so there may be something here that you are waiting for. It may or may not come in the month ahead, but I think you're really trying to maintain a positive outlook. Okay, on starting new things or getting some sort of reward, because that Ace of Pentacles can represent those improvements. It can also represent the seed of an opportunity that has the potential to blossom and grow in a magnificent, wonderful way. Energy coming in here, we have the King of Wands. Okay, so I think if number one, it can be your energy. Okay, this is your energy to get things done, to step up to the plate and to take the lead. Okay, this is really about being confident in your abilities, and I think you've got some extra drive and motivation that's coming in here as well. So if you're looking to make some sort of change, okay, or improve your situation, boom, I think that's excellent energy for you to be in, right? Because this brings in a little bit of confidence and extra firepower, right? You might be feeling a little bit extra motivation in your month ahead. Okay, perhaps you're feeling like time is of the essence as well. Okay, but the King of Wands is an awesome energy for you to be in. It is a leadership energy as well. So I think here that you are really taking the lead. Okay, I think you're you're trying to keep a positive outlook on things, and I think you're really confident in your abilities to get things done. Okay, you might also be just taking charge of a situation, or perhaps with this energy coming in and the pushing upward energy, perhaps this is your opportunity to better your circumstances, to better your situation in some way. Now, whether it's just that you're gaining some skill, okay, or you're gaining some confidence, okay, or perhaps you do have the ability and the opportunity here to better your situation. can be a little bit of an entrepreneurial energy. So if you are looking to make any shrewd business moves, okay, perhaps you're with this Ace of Pentacles looking to start your own business, okay, or maybe you have something that you already do on the side. This might be the opportunity for you to grow your home-based business, right? So maybe you can do something in that regard, give yourself a little bit more freedom or a little bit more breathing room. Okay, and you might have been working on it for a while, but it may also be that energy of slow and steady wins the race. Sometimes the King of Wands, it's like, oh, I really want to get it done. Okay, so you can be a little bit impatient sometimes with that, but not to the point where you hinder your progress. Okay, but I think whatever it is here, you are making some progress. Okay, the Six of Cups, you're living for the moment. You're living in the here and now. The Six of Cups does bring in an energy of, being focused on the day-to-day, being focused on your present, but using past experiences to reflect and see how far you've come. Okay, we can quite often use the past and reflect on the past to figure out in our present moment what we want to do next, what we want to do for the future. It is a little bit of an in-between card, right? And it is that reminder to be thankful and grateful for all of wonderful things in your life. I think here you're also having a bit of fun, okay, with that energy. The Six of Cups speaks to our inner child, okay? It can bring in that sense of nostalgia as well, all right? But it always comes with that reminder that, live for the moment. All right, we can make plans for the future, but we don't want to live too far in the future, and we don't want to get stuck in the past either. Okay, this is about being present and focused, being grateful, having fun, enjoying our day-to-day, enjoying our moment, enjoying our life. All right, this can also be that energy of just having fun. Okay, and maybe even spending some time with children. Now, there could also be some childhood goal or some childhood dream that you may have an opportunity to bring into fruition. Okay, especially if you're looking at making some sort of change. Maybe there's like a career path or something that you kind of had some, great dreams when you were a child, okay, or when you were a little bit younger. Someone may have at some point said, oh, no, you can't do that. You'll never make money at that. And if you're looking for something a little bit more fulfilling, you may be reviving something that was from your past. Okay, you might actually get a second chance. Now, this could go back to your childhood, but it may not necessarily. But the Six of Cups can be a return card. So it can be that there's someone returning from your past, or you're reviving an opportunity or a dream from your past. Okay, and it can, of course, just be, some old past energy that you're coming up and having a look at in your present moment, hopefully clearing it out and moving onwards and upwards from it, unless it's something really awesome. And then hopefully you're embracing something. So you may have a second chance at something there challenging you. We do have the Hermit. Now, the Hermit is where we go for a little bit of solitude, okay? So we can look at this a couple of different ways, all right? The Hermit, possibly your challenge may be breaking free out of the crowd, getting some alone time, because the Hermit is where we do extract ourselves from our day-to-day, and we do a little bit of soul searching. We think about what's important, what are our dreams, what are our goals, okay, and we do need a little bit of solitude in order to do that. Okay, so that might be part of the challenge, is finding a little bit of alone time. Your challenge here may also be finding a little bit of time to spend on your spiritual practice, okay, on yourself, right? The Hermit does bring in healing energy as well. So there could be, with the Six of Cups and the Hermit there may be something from your past that is blocking your progress moving forward to the future. Now, because we do have that conflict energy, there may be a little bit of fear or anxiety that comes up, and it can be quite often, and especially since we have Saturn in the mix here, it can be something that you have experienced in the past, or some self-limiting beliefs. And we quite often do get in our adulthood, right? We love to think that, oh, I'm an adult, I'm free thinking, and, nothing from how I was raised affects me now. That's quite often not the case, because we do learn how to deal with situations from how we grow up. We learn how to manage money or how not to manage money. Okay, we learn sometimes bad habits, right? or good habits. Okay, so it's, not anything necessarily good, bad, sideways, right? It's just that sometimes we do learn things as we grow up and as we evolve, and they stick with us. Okay, and sometimes they're no longer relevant. Okay, or sometimes we forget something that was actually really positive and now we embrace it. So, but with that Hermit in the challenge position, there may be something here that does need healing that has some sort of past influence. Okay, so it could be that someone told you weren't good enough. It could be something that affects your confidence. Okay, but I think with the Hermit here, and I think with this energy coming in, I think you have the ability to recognize what is benefiting you and recognizing what is holding you back. And I think you have the ability here to heal, but you really do need to go within, though, and really be honest with yourself, though, if that is you in that position. Okay, so getting yourself out of the hustle and bustle of day-to-day life to work on that energy and to work on yourself may be representing a little bit of a challenge for you, but also healing itself is also a little bit of a challenge as well. Okay, but I think some of you are trying to figure something out as well, and I think you're maybe a little bit how should I say, you may be wondering why you're here. What is my purpose in life, right? Because the Hermit is that soul searching energy. What is my purpose? What am I meant to do? Why am I not feeling fulfilled? What is my life path? And, we do need to do a little bit of a deep dive to find those answers, okay? But I think you will find those answers. All right. But I think some of you may also have a challenge getting out of your shell, because the Hermit is a very solitary energy, right? And we can use those moments of solitude and quietude to really help our situation, all right, to gain some insight, some enlightenment, right? Some of you might actually be going through some spiritual growth here with that Hermit energy also. Your intuition may be telling you something, you may be ignoring it, or maybe you're seeing those signs and it's like, I don't have time to deal with that right now, okay? But the Hermit really does bring about those big questions, okay? But it's also where we go to think about what our goals are and what we want to achieve. So you may be finding yourself lost in thought, okay? You might find yourself in an energy where you don't have time, okay, to get that alone time, all right? Or you're asking those big freaking questions and you need to get that energy alone, okay? But I think some of you maybe are having a little bit of trouble breaking out of your shell a little bit too, okay? But you may be questioning, or you may be thinking about who you partner up with as well. We do have the Lovers card coming in. This is Gemini energy. The Hermit is Virgo energy, by the way, and we do actually have a new moon in Virgo on the 27th of August. Okay, so you may be really in that reflective energy. What do I want to start new? What do I want to improve? And what do I want to change? Okay, because those new moons bring about all of that energy. And if you are contemplating some manifestation, again, you might need to find some quiet time to go within to think about what are your dreams, what are your goals, what do you want to manifest and attract into your life. Okay, and we do need to kind of sit in that energy and think about that, right, to make sure you're attracting the right thing. But we do have the Lovers card here as well, and the Lovers card does represent balance and harmony. It is it is an energy of partnerships. First and foremost, this is where we meet our higher self. Okay, so your connection with your higher self, your angels, spirits, guides, okay, this is a challenge for you. So I think some of you are experiencing some spiritual growth, but it does take some effort, right? And it's not, some people think that a spiritual awakening is like, oh, we wake up one day, aha, I have an epiphany moment, great, I'm enlightened. Not quite. Okay. A spiritual awakening can actually last years, and it does require a lot of hard work. Okay. And it's quite often levels. Think of like a stair. Think of like a set of stairs, what we normally see, in this particular deck, actually, we see that in the Hierophant card. Behind the Hierophant, there's Stairway to Heaven. Okay, and that's what a spiritual awakening is. We take a step and then we level off. We take a step and we level off. We take a step and we level off, and it evolves and it continues. So you may have some spiritual awakening that you're working through, that you're going through, and sometimes that's a bit of a challenge, okay? But also might be a little bit of a challenge to really connect with your higher self. So a little bit of quiet time is certainly what is needed to kind of restore some balance within you. But the Lover's card, of course, also does represent love, balance, and harmony in our partnerships, in our relationships, in all aspects of our life. Yes, it can represent love and romance, but it can also represent friendships, even business partnerships. So you might be questioning here where you are committing to. Okay, you might have an important decision to make. The Lover's card does bring about choices. Okay, it is used to be called the choice card, an important choice to make that affects your happiness and your well-being and the balance and harmony in your life. So you might be questioning those areas. Am I partnered up with the right people? What do I want? Who do I want to partner up with? Okay, I think that if you are in a current relationship right now, you might be, number one, you might not be spending a lot of time with your person, and maybe that's the only issue at hand. That's the challenge, is finding some alone time, okay, to spend with your significant other. I think that if you are single and looking for love, okay, part of your challenge there is getting out and meeting people. Okay, it's been a hard slog throughout the pandemic for singles, right? So you might need to be a little bit inventive. Okay, maybe you're just a little bit shy. Okay, but you might also be thinking about, what kind of person do I want? Who knows? Okay, I think some of you may have a relationship. Maybe you're questioning your relationship. You might have an opportunity to heal. Do you heal or do you stay together? Okay, so all of those things there. But of course, that can be friendships and business partnerships as well. But I think you're making you're trying to make a choice, and you may have a difficult choice to make about, do I stay and move forward, or do I try something different, right? And have we come to the end of the road? So I think you're doing a lot of contemplation in the month ahead, and you might have a difficult choice to make. Some of you, okay, I think some of you maybe just kind of figuring out what it is you're looking for is a little bit of a challenge for you. And we do have the Seven of Pentacles that's coming in here. Now, this is coming as a blessing. Okay, so when we do have the Seven of Pentacles, sometimes we are looking at where we've committed ourselves to. Okay, we're looking at all of these things blossoming in this tree, and we're counting our pennies, counting our blessings, having a look at the things in our life, and things that we have put a lot of time and attention into cultivating in our life, and we're thinking, okay, am I on the right track? Do I need to make some changes? Okay, do I have potential to keep on moving forward and hit the Ten of Pentacles? Okay, so you might be really making a very wise decision, because this is in your blessing. So number one, I think you have something really blossoming in your world, something that you have been cultivating in your life for quite a while, and I think you're really starting to see the results of your labor. Okay, and I think whatever decision you make, I think you're taking a very calm, practical approach. You're having a look at the big picture, seeing the potential, and then you will make the right decision, the right choice for you. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles is where we can also make some plans. Okay, planning for the future, planning, where have I been? Where am I going? Quite a contemplative kind of energy. A little bit of a turnaround here from the fiery King of Wands. But I think here that is maybe the calm before the storm, right? First, you need to contemplate what it is you want, okay? And then you take action and you take the lead on that. All right, so that Seven of Pentacles, I think you're looking at the big picture. I think you're really taking your time. You're being very patient. And again, I think you're going to be figuring out what your next steps are, and you're going to be making the right decision for you, whatever that looks like for you, okay? And I think you'll be happy with your decision. You may also be finding a different approach. Okay, if what you're doing right now isn't working, maybe you're taking that step back and you're like, okay, what do I need to do different? All right, to get to where I want to be, to get to where my goals are. Seven of Pentacles can also sometimes be manifestations blossoming in your world faster than you expected as well. Okay, so you may have something to harvest there. Okay, you may have something blossoming that you just need to snap right up. Okay, it could be you have some money coming in. Okay, you may have some financial improvements. Okay, maybe something to do with your commitments. All right, and again, I think that you are figuring things out and making the right decision. the Fool energy with that also is a blessing. Okay, it's a great time for new beginnings, fresh starts. It's a great time to wipe the slate clean and start over. It's a great time for you to maybe be a little bit spontaneous as well. Okay, I think here you may have something to contemplate, and you may really be trying to get your ducks in a row, and then once you figure it out, boom, you are just off to the races with that Fool energy, because this brings in an energy of jumping right in. Okay, taking a leap of faith. If you're looking to make a change, I think you're going to be figuring out what that looks like for you, and then bam, you are just you're taking action right away. You're putting one foot in front of the other, and you're trusting in yourself. You're trusting that you're making the right choice, that you're making the right decision. Okay, and this brings in a little bit of excitement there as well. All right. I think some of you may decide to start something new, but I think others of you just getting things on track, and you're just really getting a good sense of you are where you want to be, okay, or you're making all the right moves with that energy there, okay, because again, that Fool does bring about a little bit of excitement, okay, but I also think here that maybe some of you are heading off on some sort of new adventure, okay, like the path forward is maybe a little bit obscure, a little bit unknown, but you're very excited just to be there, okay. Your advice from Spirit, we've got the Knight of Swords. Communication may be the key for you. Internal communication, external communication of all kinds. All right. Keep your eyes, ears, and your higher self peeled for some messages or for some information. The Knight of Swords is a very quick moving energy. Okay, so get the information that you need and then boom, take action. All right, this is a reminder from Spirit that sometimes, sometimes we do need to take a step back, and we do need to think about things long and hard. We do need to make sure we have all the right information. And then as soon as we have whatever information that we're looking for, as soon as we have the answers, don't forget to take the next steps. All right, because sometimes what we do is we make these decisions and then we just kind of wait. We wait and we don't do anything. We know what we need to do, but sometimes we have a little bit of fear, okay, especially if you are leaping and taking the path less traveled, okay, and sometimes we do that. All right. But I think here the energy coming in, I think you're going to have, you're going to be, if you find some quiet time, okay, I think you're going to be figuring things out moving forward. All right. But I think here that you may actually have some really good news coming in at some point. Okay. But also I think your intuition really is guiding you, as well. Okay. So, but that Knight of Swords energy is really quick energy. The Fool can be quick. Just take that leap. Okay, take that leap of faith. Trust that you're making the right decision, the right choices. And yeah, you may be met with challenges along your pathway. Okay, but that's where we course correct. That's where we go back and we contemplate things. Okay, do I keep going on the same path, or do I make a little bit of a detour? All right, so I think here you need to trust yourself to make the right choices and to just get going. All right, but also this is the reminder from Spirit to do a little bit of homework as well. Okay, maybe you need to do a little bit of research, gather all of your information. Because we also have the Seven of Cups coming in here. Sixes and sevens coming in here for you. Okay, sixes are where we restore balance and harmony after the challenges that come in with the fives, right? It's where we get a little bit usually of reprieve, right? Sevens are actually quite spiritual in their numerology, in their vibration, okay? But so I think here your higher self is really trying to show you something. The Seven of Cups does come in as, trying to make a decision, okay? The Seven of Cups is where we have a lot of options or a lot of opportunities, and we need to make a choice, right? What are we choosing? But sometimes we can have a little bit of fear or inner conflict that comes here with this, okay? Because we're like, oh my God, I have to make a choice, but what if I choose wrong? Right? Because what if I choose this red one with this poisonous snake slithering out of it? Okay, but by the same token, what if you choose this one that takes you to new heights? Okay, so, Spirit's really trying to give you that encouragement to think about the big picture, to use your imagination, maybe to keep your options open, to contemplate your, your position, but then make a choice, make a decision, okay? Choose wisely, all right, and get the information that you need. But sometimes, again, sometimes we know what we need to do, but we still don't do anything. Okay, so that Seven of Cups does bring in an energy of maybe feeling a little bit overwhelmed. Okay, but instead of being overwhelmed when faced with a choice or a decision, okay, instead get your information. Okay, we can think logically, think clearly, be truthful, and be honest with yourself about what it is that you're looking for, and then make the choice that is good for you. Okay, sometimes we don't do anything about our situation because it may affect other people. And while that is commendable to keep other people in mind, okay, ultimately this is your life to live as well. All right. And sometimes we get a little bit wrapped up and we get stagnant because, someone else may be living their best life, but we get kind of stuck in a rut. Okay, so just if there's something here and in regards to a relationship and maybe you're at odds with somebody, okay, they may be living their best life, but maybe you're making a lot of sacrifices. Okay, I mean, I don't really have the cards for that, but that is a message that I'm getting out, is that someone is having their best life because you are playing more of a supportive role to that person. Okay, and again, that's not a relationship reading, but it is a message coming out. This can be a workplace too. Okay, some area in your life, it could be a friendship as well. Okay, but some area of somebody's life here, somebody close to you is doing whatever the hell they want. They're having fun, okay, maybe shirking responsibility, and you are a little bit left being the practical, stable, responsible one, and you're left doing the heavy lifting, you're taking on the responsibility. So if you're looking at making some sort of change or you're in that energy, you might have a difficult choice to make, okay? Make sure you're making the right choice for you, okay? Because everything really does come down to balance in our world, okay? So again, those partnerships that you're in, your friendships, your relationships, your business partnerships, whatever that happens to be, you might really be in this heavy contemplation mode. Am I in the right? Have I made the right choice? All right. And this is that reminder to follow your heart, okay? To listen to your intuition, speak your truth, okay? Operate with integrity, okay? But what does your heart want? What is going to make you happy? Is it simply a matter of having a conversation and putting up boundaries, or do you need to do something else? We have a Seven of Wands as your overall outcome. So the Seven of Wands is actually a position of strength and power. We see this guy bending the bars, okay? So this is reminding you of how strong you really are, okay? You can overcome any adversity that life throws at you, okay? You are in a position of strength. You're in a position of authority. You may need to tackle a situation head on, okay, and not turn a blind eye. You have the ability to resolve situations, stand up for yourself, okay, but also stand up for other people as well. And this Seven of Wands here is really you standing up above the crowd, taking the lead role, okay, standing up for what's right. But ultimately, this is bringing in an energy of strength, of personal power, and confidence into your situation, okay? You can overcome whatever is blocking you, right? This guy here, I mean, he's like the strong man at the circus, right? And he's got bars in front of him. He's like, and he is spreading those bars. He's removing that obstacle from in front of him. So this is your ability to do that. So now in your reading, right, we've got 3 sevens coming out for you. 777. Now sevens do bring out a little bit of luck, by the way. Okay, so yes, they're, sevens can be a very spiritual energy, a very spiritual number, but sevens can also be a little bit lucky, especially 3 of them, jackpot, right? So you might have a little bit of luck on your side, okay, or you are a little lucky little penny. Okay, remember we have this Ace of Pentacles here as well. Okay, so you might want to look up the deeper meaning of 777. I'm just saying. We also do have those 2 6s that are out here for you as well. All right, so number 66, you might want to look up as well, okay? But we do also have the 3 of Pentacles, okay? So the 3 of Pentacles is about something blossoming in your world, you making the right choice and you're seeing the results, okay? This is your ability to, to bring things together, to gather your resources, maybe even to partner up with the right people. Okay, you're contemplating your partnerships. Maybe there's something new, or maybe you can make those improvements. Okay, that 3 of Pentacles can represent that maybe you're learning something along the way. You can be the student or you could be the teacher. Okay, so maybe you are showing other people and guiding other people the way, right? Stepping up to the lead role with that King of Wands. Okay, but you may also have a lesson that you've learned somewhere along the way, and this gives you a little bit more strength and a little bit more confidence. But the 3 of Pentacles can also be about teamwork and partnerships. So you may either have improvements in those partnerships that you have, okay, or maybe you're forging new connections as well, okay, and you're very happy in the decisions that you've made, okay. So certainly something here that is blossoming for you and some very positive energy. So I think you do have some big heavy hitter energy that's coming in here. So I think here that you may have you may have a couple little starts and stops throughout the month, especially especially with you making, I think you're really contemplating something very deeply, okay, in the month ahead here, but I think you're coming out good on the other side. All right, you're certainly being very patient, I've got to say, okay, but again, I think you're having that quiet contemplation, and then once you know what your answer is, then you can move forward. So let's close out your reading here with a couple last messages. Thank you very much. And see what else we've got coming in. And we have intention. Again, contemplate, set your intention, and then take action. Intention is everything, right? Whether you're manifesting things in your world or whether you're just trying to figure out what your next steps are. When we know what we want to do, when we set that intention, we have a clear goal in mind, okay? So be very clear with yourself, make sure you're making those right choices, set your intention, and then get going, okay? Intention is key for everything. We also have blessings coming in here as well. Okay, so I think Spirit is trying to remind you here that whatever it is that you set your intentions for, okay, there's a lot of things blossoming in your world, okay? A lot of positive vibes coming in, your ability to get things back on track, your ability to heal situations, your ability to let go, but also your ability to take things up to the next level or start new things. Whatever it is that you are wanting, whatever it is that you set your intention for, filled with so many blessings. You're being protected and you're being guided every step of the way, okay? And Spirit's really trying to get you in that energy that you are very blessed. All right, and then we also have forgiveness coming in here also. So again, there's that healing energy. Forgiveness is, forgiveness is a trigger for some people, okay? And sometimes people hear the word forgiveness and all of a sudden brings up some anger or some defiance in people, okay? And quite often it has to do with a person and some sort of betrayal or bad juju, okay? So the thing is with forgiveness is part of healing. Forgiveness is part of removing blocks and obstacles in our world. When we talk about forgiveness, we quite often do default to other people or situations or environments that we've encountered. But we sometimes need to forgive ourselves as well, okay? And because sometimes we can harbor feelings of guilt, or if someone else has done us wrong, we immediately internalize those things and we blame ourselves. So first and foremost, forgive yourself for anything real or perceived that you may have done in this lifetime or in past lifetimes. You are human. You make mistakes. Everybody is human. We all make mistakes. It's those life lessons. It's those learning curves of life, okay? So finding the ability to forgive yourself is giving yourself the permission to no longer let past actions or energies influence you going forward. It's very empowering when we do that. Okay, so it's your opportunity here to cut some cords and to release anything that's been holding you back. Fears, worries, doubts, guilt, anger, okay, blame, all of those things, right? So this is your time. Forgive yourself and the healing comes. But this is also a reminder that there may be something else that you do need to forgive. You may wipe the slate clean and start fresh, okay? Or maybe it's just something so that you can get a sense of relief and you can move forward. But again, when we forgive, we are empowering ourselves. We are giving ourselves permission to no longer let those past energies influence our today's or our future. We have the memories, we have the experiences, we have the inner wisdom that came with those past things, okay? But we no longer carry the energy forward, all right? The energy is done and gone, and it's time to release and let go. So forgiveness does bring about a huge trigger for a lot of people, but that is why the Hermit energy is here for you, okay? And this does represent a new beginning and a fresh start as well, wiping that slate clean, and that Fool brings in that blessing of doing just that. I'm going to leave that there for you guys. I hope there was something here that resonated with you on some level. If there was, please don't forget to hit like on this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Feel free to leave a comment in the box down below as well. So keep an eye out for your money, career, and your love readings, and also singles readings. I do those too. Okay, don't forget the lovely singles looking for love. All right, but feel free to leave a comment in the box down below as well. Anyways, have a great month, and I will see you guys later. Bye.